Part 2. Chapter 1 Description of Priyavrat's lineage. Maitreya says, O sage, now I wish to hear the description of the lineage of Priyavrata, who was the son of Swayambhu Manu. Parashar says Priyavrata was married to the daughter of sage Kardam. They had 2 daughters and 10 sons. 3 of his sons, Medha, Agnibahu, and Putra, knew everything about their previous births. Hence, they did not take any interest in royal luxuries. The remaining 7 sons received the domain of 7 parts of the earth from their father Priyavrata, who then had taken to penance at a greatly sacred place named Shalagram. Among the 8 Vasus, one was Hima. Merudevi was his wife. They had a son Rishabh. Rishabh had 100 sons, among which Bharat was the eldest. When he grew old, Rishabh transferred the onus of his kingdom on his eldest son Bharat and himself took to penance in the forest. Since then, this landmass that stretches from the snowy peaks of Himalayas to the splashing Indian Ocean is known as Bharatavarsha. Bharat had a religious-minded son Sumti. Indradyumna was the son of Sumti. Indradyumna's son was Parmishti. After him, the lineage of Priyavrata continued as follows: Pratihar, Pratiharta, Bhava, Udgit, Prastav, Prithu, Naka, Gaya, Nar, Virat, Mahavirya, Dhiman, Mahant, Manasyu, Vasta, Viraj, Raj, Shatjit. Shatjit had 100 sons whose descendants populated the earth. They divided Bharatavarsha into 9 parts. Chapter 2 Geographical Description. The earth has 7 great islands: Jambu, Laksha, Shalmali, Kusha, Kronch, Sheikh and Pushkar. These are surrounded by oceans having saline water, sugarcane juice, wine, ghee, curd, milk and sweet water respectively. Jambudweep is situated at the center. Situated at the center of Jambudweep is Golden Sumeru Mountain, Himalayas, which is 84,000 yojans high. Towards the south of Sumeru are Himvan, Hemkut and Nishad mountains. Towards its north are Neel and Shringi mountains. All these mountains are 2,000 yojans high with similar expansion. Towards the south of Sumeru mountain, Bharatavarsha is the first landmass, followed by Kimpurushvarsha and Harivarsha. In the north of Sumeru mountain, Ramayak is the first landmass, followed by Hiranyamay and Uttarkuruvarsha. All these landmasses have expansion of 9,000 yojans. At the center of these landmasses is Ilavritvarsha that bears Sumeru mountain. On the 4 sides of Sumeru mountain are 4 smaller mountains that seem to support the massive Sumeru. Among these 4 mountains, Mandarachal mountain is in the east, and in the south is Gandhamadan. Vipul is in the west and Suparsh is in the north. All these 4 mountains are 10,000 yojans high and have lofty trees of Kadamba, Jambu, Pipal and Banyan. Because of abundance of Jambu trees, this island came to be known as Jambudweep. It bears big fruits, which scatter all around upon falling on the earth. Their juice gives rise to the river Jambu. It is said that its water is capable of keeping demerits like sweat, foul smell, old age, and loss of senses away from the drinker. When the juice of this fruit dries, it leaves the soil golden in color. Towards the east of Sumeru mountain is Bhadrashvavarsha and towards the west is Ketumalvarsha. Midway between the two is Ilavritvarsha. On the eastern side of Meru mountain is the forest of Chatrarat. In the south is Gandhamadan and in the west is Vabhraj, and towards The north is the forest named Nandan. Mount Sumeru also holds 4 holy lakes named Arunodaya, Mahabhadra, Asitoda and Manas. Shitamb, Kumund, Kukri, Malyavan, Vakant are some of the peaks situated towards the eastern side of Sumeru. Towards the southern side are the peaks of Trikut, Shishir, Patang, Ruchak and Nishad. In the west are situated peaks of Shikhivasa, Vadurya, Kapila, Gandhamadan and Jarudhi, and in the north are situated the peaks of Shankhakut, Rishab, Hans, Nag and Kalanj. Above the Mount Meru is situated Brahmapuri of Brahma, which has an expansion of 14,000 yojans. The Ganges that rises from the feet of Lord Vishnu circles the lunar sphere before falling in Brahmapuri. Thence it divides into 4 rivers, Sita, Chakshu, Alaknanda and Bhadra that flow into 4 directions. The landmasses of Bharat, Ketumal, Bhadrashva and Kuru appear like lotus leaf in shape. Among all the peaks that surround Mount Meru are present beautiful caves. There also exist beautiful towns and gardens. In these towns are situated beautiful temples of Lakshmi, Vishnu, Agni and Surya. Ravines of these mountains are populated by Gandharvas, Rakshasa, Yaksh, and Danvas. Besides them, scores of religious people also live there. Lord Vishnu stays as Hayagriv, human figure with horse head, form in Bhadrashva-varsha. In Ketumal-varsha, he is in boar form, and in Bhartavarsh, he stays in turtle form. In Kuruvarsha, Lord Vishnu stays as fish. Thus Lord Vishnu is present everywhere. People of these 8 landmasses are free from all kinds of sorrow, pain, emotions, hunger etc. and lead a healthy and rich life that extends up to 10 or 12,000 years. All these landmasses have 7 indigenous mountains each from which hundreds of rivers rise. Chapter 3 Division of Bharat and Other Landmasses. The landmass that is present between Himalayas and the ocean is known as Bharat. It has an expansion of 9,000 yojans. It is populated by the descendants of Bharat. It has 7 native mountains Mahendra, Malay, Sahai, Shuktiman, Riksha, Vindhya and Paryatra. Bhartavarsh has 9 divisions named Indradweep, Kaseru, Tamarparn, Gamastiman, Nagdweep, Soumya, Gandharv, Varun and Yahadweep, which is surrounded by the sea and has an expansion of 1,000 yojans. In the eastern part of Bharat live Kirat, whereas in the western part live Yavans. In the mid part of Bharat live population of Brahmans, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras who pass their lives engage in works ascribed to their respective class. Rivers in India from the Himalayas rise Shatudri, Sutlej and Chandrabhaga rivers. From Paryatra mountain rise Veda and Smriti rivers. Narmada and Sursa rivers rise from Vindhyachal. Tapi, Payoshani and Nirvindhya rivers rise from Riksha mountain. Godavari, Bhimrati and Krishnaveli rivers rise from Sahai mountains. Kritmala and Tamraparni rivers rise from Malyachal. Trisama and Aryakulya rivers rise from Mahendragiri. Rishikulya and Kumari rivers rise from Shuktiman mountain. All these rivers have scores of other branches and tributaries. 4 yugas, namely Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga descend on Bhartavarsh. In Bhartavarsh, sages observe penance to attain better life in another world. People organize yagyas and offer donations to the Brahmans respectfully. In Jambudweep, Lord Vishnu is worshipped in yagyas. Bhartavarsh is the land par excellence in Jambudvip, for it is a land of action. Soul passes through millions of births, only then it finds a chance to take birth. In Bhartavarsh, when its pious deeds accumulate to a certain extent, even the gods envy those people who take birth in Bhartavarsh. People in Bhartavarsh act without a desire to get fruits from their action. They dedicate their whole action to Lord Vishnu and ultimately mingle with him.